to block that, but Mike Skinner did as well. We talk about looking in the mirror. All those guys were looking in the mirror. That's why they were able to make those moves.
And look at Jason White. He led him to the green, got passed by 3 or 4 trucks, and he's battling his way back on the inside, trying to get the lead. And then on the outside,
Kyle Busch. Oh, trouble, contact. No trouble.
Close.
Just contact.
It was close to trouble, Phil, let me tell you. They are moving all over the racetrack. Chad McCumbee just in front of Kyle Busch. Those two working very high on the racetrack.
Look at those trucks bounce around there. They hit those bumps. You were talking, Michael, about how rough this track is. Those trucks are bouncing everywhere.
And that's life at Daytona. You better anticipate it. You know those bumps are coming. Make sure you leave yourself a foot or two off the truck beside you or you'll run into them.
Remember, 185 to 186 miles an hour dealing with those bumps.
We have a new leader. Ron Hornaday now has emerged with a lead. We know he wouldn't follow Skinner for long.
Wow, Chad McCumbee is all over the place with the back end of that truck.
Yeah, that don't look like bumps to me, Phil. Looks like that thing's just crazy loose with him.
Here comes Todd Bodine to the outside, trying to take the point away from Ron Hornaday.
Ron just pulled over to the inside. Todd Bodine's going to bring Eric Darnell, Mike Bliss, Chad McCumbee with him on the outside.
That outside line now moves ahead, and 2 and 3 wide. Mike Skinner on the inside. Wow, Skinner gets loose once again.
Wow, you saw Skinner. You saw Skinner.
Good save, Mike. Good save.
That's just Mike Swaim, his spotter. You see he hit the apron down there, and that's what first started.
And the reason why he hit the apron, Phil, is because he was trying to hold it down. He wanted to hold it to the left as good as he could because he knew when he got to bouncing through those bumps, it was going to go out to the right, and there wasn't room for him to go out there. He forced it down to the left, and the thing about spun out with him.
There's the problem right there. Kyle Busch, Mike Skinner get into it. The big one happens behind him.
So Rick Crawford just go through. That's P.J. Jones right there, the 63 truck. That was on fire.
Can't believe how crazy they were.
Wow, that's
flames blowing.
That's P.J. Jones
over
right there.
the top of P.J. Jones's truck.
Looked like he already had the window net down. He's going to try to get to. There's Kyle Busch going through the infield. Chad Chapin right behind P.J.
Did you see Rick Crawford slip through there?
Yeah, I sure did. There's P.J. getting out. Great to see him got it out of that truck. There's John Wood. Brendan Gaughan with such a great run going early. Started way back. Had worked his way well into the top 10.
Not the start that Mike Skinner, I'm sure, was looking for the 2008 season. We see a lot of damage.
There was some
on that
contact
number 5 truck
between the 5 of Mike Skinner and the 51 of Kyle Busch. There's Chad Chapin right there.
It was
Curtis
hard.
Keys Chevrolet.
It was hard to tell exactly what happened, but those two trucks did look like they were at the beginning of that problem.
Yeah, there's Mike Skinner right there. What a terrific season he had last year. Started off with a top 5 run here. And Ray, he's not going to get a top 5 tonight.
Phil, they're done for the night already. Skinner said oil pressure went down to 0. The engine is smashed, and he said our night is over. So, wow, what lap we on here, guys? 19? And Skinner's night's all over.
On lap number 20. Matt Crafton also involved in the 88.
That's a couple of guys last year, Rick, Mike Skinner and Matt Crafton. They avoided trouble all year long, and that just goes to show you trouble's around every turn, and it got these guys in the 20th lap of the first race of the season.
And I think we almost could anticipate what was taking place there. We were seeing the trucks dancing around in front of our onboard cameras.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened, Rick. There's lots of looks at it we'll get here. Mike Skinner and Kyle Busch appeared to start it, but you never know. Somebody might have hit Skinner or Busch.
Exactly. But we saw that initial contact. See, Kyle Busch, that's a black truck up on the outside. There's Mike Skinner on the inside of Brendan Gaughan. Kyle comes down. Now he's going to move to the inside to try to, well, it's a little bit maybe Mike Skinner coming up, and Kyle could have come down a little bit, but one of those deals, and here we go, the carnage.
Well, did you see Mike come off 4 the lap before? He fought that truck to keep it coming, keep it from going up the hill. He didn't have a choice. He couldn't turn left and get off of Kyle Busch, and when Kyle moved over, Mike already had it turned as hard as he could.
There's another view right here. You see Mike Skinner left of your screen. Kyle's going to come down a little bit to try to get by that number 8, and Mike Skinner looked like he just went up a little bit, and just enough to catch that left rear quarter of that 51 truck of Kyle Busch. This is a great view from the DirecTV blimp right here.
Oh, look at Chad Chapin coming in there late, and John Wood too. All but had it missed. But Phil, no matter how slow you're going, you can't see through the smoke.
Now we can see here that they were going to run into somebody, but they can't do it from track level.
Yeah, you could see Skinner just pushed a little bit up off that corner, just like he had done off 4 the lap before, trying to hold it down. The thing just the front end got away from him, and Kyle changed lanes. If Kyle doesn't change lanes, Mike doesn't hit him. But Kyle figured it was fair to change lanes.
Yeah, Kyle was just running through the center. He wanted to move to the inside of Chad McCumbee, And unfortunately, when Mike Skinner eased up the racetrack a little bit, they made the contact, and this is what ensued.
Look at that violence. Parts and pieces flying,
Look
trucks
at
on fire.
Jack Sprague. Jack Sprague trying to make his way through there.
I tell you what, Rick Crawford came through right behind that 63 that was on fire.
Watch this.
Amazing that he didn't hit anything.
Corner.
Kyle Busch gets out of this deal free, too. He didn't hit anything either. He's fine.
That's going to keep it out of the inside wall. Going to do a couple 360s, and away he goes.
Keep rolling here, Pete.
This is where we were
Watch
riding
Skinner.
along when this all happened.
Outside.
As Kyle came down the hill a little bit, Mike couldn't keep off of him.
Oh, big wreck.
There's Matt Crafton right behind Mike. You saw Brendan gone for a moment.
Can't believe how crazy
There's
they were.
Jack Sprague making his way through there in the 2 truck.
Jack Sprague looks like he's got some damage to that nose, Phil.
Well, here's Ted Musgrave's view right here.
3 wide. Still 3 wide. Keep going.
Teddy got a piece of that.
Yeah, big piece. That probably busted his radiator and tore his truck up quite a lot.
We're in it, guys. I can't tell.
Yeah, a lot of trucks involved in this incident.
Every now and then a wreck happens where circumstances just lends itself to two guys getting in a bind, and that's what happened with when Kyle reacted to the truck ahead of him. Mike couldn't avoid Kyle.
Right now I've got 7 trucks that were involved in this. The 63, the 21, the 10, the 5, the 40, the 88, and the 59, all involved in this. We're in red flag condition. It's the second caution that came out, and we've gone straight to red condition so they can clean up the track after this big accident early on in the race on lap number 18. We'll be back right after this.